Hello, hello. It is I, Simone Watson. Yes, I am wearing a Halloween themed t-shirt, even though it is now November. I just like the t-shirt, okay? So, I just got some book mail! Woo! Okay. Oh, and I just got a text. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. Got some book mail. Don't worry, I will not show you my address, but this is the book mail. And I know what it is. You might know what it is if you've seen my November TBR video, in which I said that I had ordered a book. And this is probably that book. No, this is like definitely that book. So, oh man, it's got that dusty stuff that kind of makes you want to sneeze when you cut open the package, because it's like padded. It's all good. I'm excited. Oh, and it is wrapped in plastic. I mean, like bubble wrap. Can you still see me? Okay, just making sure. Phone went kind of dark there. It's so pretty. I can see it. It's so pretty. This is it. This is the book. Okay. So, it's All the Wind in the World by Samantha Mabry. Okay. So, I'm so excited. I mentioned this in my November TBR. Like I said, that I had bought this book. It is so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I really, wow. That cover is stunning. So, yeah. And it feels nice too. It just feels like the letters have this kind of rough texture. The rest of it is really smooth and almost like velvety, and like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it feels so good and it looks so good and I am excited. Okay, so I'm going to put that down for now and talk to you very briefly about my reading. Yeah, there's so much dust. I'm just putting this back in the envelope because I'm outside and I don't want a bunch of outside stuff to get on the book. You know, dirt and just all of that stuff. Okay. So, my reading strategy that I talked about a few weeks, like a couple of weeks ago, I was saying, here's how I plan to read in November. And I said, every day I'm allotted 1 hour to read. And, oh, asbestos? Someone said, I think that may be asbestos in those package bags. Does that mean that I was about to say, does that mean I'm going to die? That's not a good question. Is that dangerous? Like, should I get away from it? Or like, let me know. But yeah, so I was saying I would allot myself an hour to read every day, and then if I get 1,000 words ahead on my daily word count, then I can read for another hour. Half hour. So far, that strategy has been working out very well, except that I have not been reading every day of November, but I have rolled over the minutes from one day to the next, and it's very helpful to me because when I read for this allotted time, I don't have like this like writer guilt that's like, oh no, I'm reading and I should be writing. No, because I've already decided I get to read for this certain amount of time. So it's like psychologically, I feel a lot better than I would if I didn't have a designated amount of time to read and we're just like, I guess I'm going to read and then eventually I might write, whatever. Then I would feel kind of bad. But now I feel good. So it's going well. And I feel accomplished once like I have that reading time and I have read for that time. I feel accomplished. Like I said, the minutes have rolled over because I have not been reading every day. And I think maybe they'll stop rolling over on Sunday because I made, since that making that video, I made the decision that on Sunday I get 3 hours instead of 1 hour to read. So I think after Sunday, the minutes just won't roll over to the next day anymore, because then I could just have like a gazillion hours saved up. So after tomorrow, if I don't use them, I will just start over with 1 hour on Monday, if that makes sense. And then another hour each day. Oh, and that's the great thing is even if I'm behind in my word count, I still can read some, so that I don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I can't read until I write, so much pressure. No, I still can read some, but I would be able to read more if I were ahead in my writing. So yeah, I just like this strategy so far, and it is going well. I am planning to do Scallywagathon this week. And I pretty much told you guys what books I was going to read for that in my November TBR video. I was going to do Borrow-a-thon as well, and I am on the fence simply because when I was trying to pick a TBR for that like 5 minutes ago, I was actually getting really stressed out. And I don't want to get to the point where the time, energy, and stress of picking a TBR outweighs the actual like fun of a readathon. So, I mean, you know, so we'll just see. We'll just see. And I have so many books that I want to get to that are really not going to count for Borrow-a-thon. So maybe, or maybe I'll just complete whatever challenges of it I do complete, and then whatever I don't complete, that's that. So I don't know, but I guess I'll come update you guys about that after both of those are over. So next week. And finally, NaNoWriMo. We get to talk about NaNoWriMo. I'm so excited. No, you won't die from it unless you are exposed to it all the time. It's dangerous because it sets my breathing problems off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really random that I started reading that comment and didn't say I'm going to read this comment. That was from the person that said that there might be asbestos in the package. But apparently it's not life-threatening if it's a small amount. So I'm good because I'm not exposed to it very much. But thank you so much for telling me, for giving me that information. I'm going to throw away the packaging as soon as I get in the house. Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. No problem. Okay, so NaNoWriMo started Wednesday morning. It started at midnight. I had a novel idea. Still do have that same novel idea. Hello, Jazz. Hey. Okay. 2 viewers. That is a record. What were we talking about? Yes. Okay, so my novel idea. I probably have told you guys it's about a mermaid in 1945. She's going to solve a mystery. There's some other stuff happening that I'm not really telling you because keeping it kind of vague. But yes, I did start that on November 1st. My word count by the end of the day was 1,672 for that project. And I wrote 406 words on my Voices on Fire project, for which I'm trying to write 334 words a day. So that happened on Wednesday. Wow. That happened on Wednesday. That was very exciting. Loved it. But on Wednesday night, I stayed up later than like I meant to, even though I wasn't actually writing past midnight. So this was possibly not advisable that I stayed up late. I can't even remember how late, but it was late. Because then Thursday rolled around, and guess what happened Thursday? I fell asleep while writing. That happened on Thursday. Yep. 11-something p.m. I fell asleep while writing. And I had 1,367 words in NaNoWriMo and no words on my Voices on Fire project. So at that point in time, I was behind on my word count. Yes, hashtag the struggle. Jazz says hashtag the struggle. That's so true. But yeah, I was like typing and it was just like, and I mean, it was my own fault. So I was upset at first. Like when I woke up at 3:30 and I was like mad at first. I was like, why did I fall asleep? I didn't get the word count. I'm behind. I'm this and this and this. And then I eventually realized that it's okay. Like I don't have to be mad about it. I can just like, being mad about sleep is kind of counterproductive because you have to sleep eventually. That's a whole other episode on another show, because I've been telling you guys about my conflicting feelings about sleep and how I need to start you know, making sure I understand that sleep is a natural and healthy process. So yeah, curious, do you write, then edit, or just write? That's what Dime Fever says. For the most part, while I'm drafting, I try to just write and not edit until later, especially if it's NaNoWriMo. But there are some things that might happen if I've made a mistake or something that I want to edit. And you know, temptation is there to edit. I will edit eventually after I write the project and probably set it aside for some time, like at least a month. Maybe not at least a month. That would be hard. But after I set it aside for however long I can, I might, I do plan to edit it at that point in time. But I'm trying not to edit as I go along just because that would make less words and that would take more time. But there is one thing that I might be about to change in my first scene. So we will see. Okay, so I fell asleep Thursday, had 1367 words, woke up at 3:30 a.m. on Friday because I have been writing since 2005, since 2005, and haven't finished anything yet. Do you need some advice on that, or if you have a hard time finishing the things that you're writing, I would say, like, try and be as honest with yourself as possible. Because I have written things before that I didn't finish, and sometimes I didn't finish it because oh, no, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay that my train of thought is changing because, you know, it's live, so it's just the way of the live things, you know what I'm saying? And I like that it feels like a conversation. So I would say be honest with yourself about why you're not finishing things. Sometimes it can be because there are other things that you would rather do than write. And if that's the case, you could take a break from writing. But I probably wouldn't say that as the first answer. In fact, maybe I shouldn't even say that at all, because if you started writing them, it's probably because you love writing. So one of the reasons you may not finish things is because the story itself is not working. You've written yourself into a corner, or you have like a point where you don't know what's supposed to happen next. Here, what you could do is you could read some books on like story structure, or like look at some resources online about story structure and try and see if your plot points fit into that. Or you could talk to someone about your story specifically, talk to a friend. Okay, well, the phone was ringing. I'm cool. Talk to a friend that you trust and just say, hey, here's what's going on with my story. Here's the part that I can't figure out, what to write next and stuff like that. Thanks, Jazz. Yeah, so, yeah, brainstorming with friends can be a lot of fun. I hope I did not just breathe a piece of dust. That would be uncomfortable. Yeah, so talking to your friends, if you are just at the point where you're like exhausted, like your mind is exhausted from writing, I would say take a break from writing. Okay, that's the thing. You don't have friends who are into this craft. I think you could talk to friends who are not writers, and they still might be able to help you if they read, if they watch a lot of movies, if they're a consumer of stories, they can help you as well. If not that, I have read somewhere that you should try to explain your story to an 8-year-old, or did they say 8-year-old or 5-year-old? I can't remember. They were saying in case your story is too complicated. Yeah. So yeah, your friends that may not be writers, but they still may be able to help you. Sometimes even you saying your story out loud, I think helps you, even if it's not the feedback that your friends give. It's just the process of you talking it out. Sometimes that just like helps, because as you're hearing it out loud, you're understanding things better. Also, your friend can tell you which parts may be unclear, or like your friend can be like, wait, why did they do such and such a thing? Wait, such and such, your friend can ask some questions and all of that. It's a way to catch plot holes. That's what Jazz is saying. Yeah. So, so I would try those things. If your mind is just really exhausted and you're like tired of writing, you could just try doing something that's very unlike writing, like go work out, or something that doesn't use the same part of your mind, something that will not exhaust your creativity. Or if you want to, you can do something creative too. You could go paint or something, but like you could do something that uses a different part of your mind and kind of give that storytelling part a rest. And yeah, if you love a story and you feel like the story really can work, but you know, you're just having a hard time, then I would say keep at it. Because sometimes it's just in the persistence. It's just as you keep writing, even if what you're like, the scenes that you're writing are not good, create music videos with your story, 2 songs in a playlist. That's what Jazz says. That's really interesting. Wow. Okay, you come up with scenes by making music videos. That's really cool. Yeah, okay. So there's a good idea. Yeah, do those things, read something that inspires you to write. That might help. You know, if you have a certain author who inspires you, just read those things. And all of these things are, you know, this is just pretty much all different strategies. You used to make Sims 2 videos surrounding the topic of the stories. Yeah. So that's good as well. Sims 2. I've never played Sims. I've heard it's fun. Is it like... Yeah. Okay then. So yeah, I hope that all those things like might help you. And if not, you should... Jazz says I should play Sims. Okay. Maybe in December. I'm scared to start a new game or TV series or anything in November while doing NaNoWriMo because the temptation. I don't even want to get a Pinterest. Some people are like, oh, to get inspired to write, I get a Pinterest. But I hear things about Pinterest and how it like sucks people in and then they like never, I mean, I'm not saying they never get off of Pinterest, but they are like, oh, Pinterest. Yeah, my sister got a Pinterest while she was planning her wedding. And I was glad that she was having fun being on Pinterest because other than that, wedding planning was stressing her out a lot. And so the Pinterest was like a fun thing for her, but she did kind of express that it was a struggle to like actually get off of Pinterest and do the like other wedding planning stuff that you gotta do. Yeah, both of you are saying, yeah, the addiction, yeah, Pinterest. So I'm gonna try not to start anything that might do that kind of thing until December. Then I can start watching the new shows and doing Pinterest and all of that, and it'll be December and lots of fun. Also, Tumblr. I actually have a Tumblr. I don't think I ever got into it that much. Oh, yeah. Like, I got a Tumblr. I don't know. Something about Tumblr. Maybe it's that I can't tell when the posts were made. It makes me, like, not love it that much. I don't know. Something about it. But I did delete the Instagram app on my phone in the last couple days of October so that I could focus on NaNoWriMo. I also deleted, like, one of my favorite games. It's called Adventure Capitalist. Your problem is you see the picture of Tom Hiddleston on Tumblr or on Instagram. Oh my gosh, no. You're stuck on Tumblr for hours because of Tom Hiddleston. Everywhere. Oh my gosh. I understand. That would be me if it were one of my main screen crushes. Yes. Do I have a recent screen crush? Yeah, this is really random, but back in 2015, when Creed came out, I was like really, really screen crushing on Michael B. Jordan. Probably still am. Probably kind of still am. But especially in Creed. Just him in Creed. Anyway. Ah! Just stop. Oh my gosh. Just says, girl, get it. Okay. No, but, I probably have a more recent screen crush, but I can't really think of one. Oh my gosh! No! Oh my gosh! The dude, Bob Morley, who's on The 100, who plays Bellamy. is one of the most gorgeous people I have ever seen in my life. If you don't watch The 100, oh, actually, if you're doing NaNoWriMo, wait till December, because you probably will want to binge watch The 100. But watch The 100 and then see Bob Morley and tell me I'm wrong, because I'm right. Like, that man is gorgeous. He is gorgeous. He is perhaps my most recent screen crush, because yes, he is just gorgeous. And now I've gotten way off topic. Oh, I was supposed to be talking about NaNoWriMo. Ah, oops, okay. Yes, so... Oh, he reminds you of the new Superman? Henry Cavill? Yeah. I could see that. Kinda. Yeah, I could see that. Sorry, so I fell asleep Thursday night, okay? Between 11 and midnight. I woke up at 3:30, went to look at what I had written, didn't really understand what was going on there. Because the last sentence of it was, I know some people who have been pro. I stopped in the middle of the word. Didn't know what I was talking about. So I just assumed it was programmed and just went from there. But the character was talking about how her family, she's a mermaid. She's talking about how her family wants her to, like, because she's about to be done with her duty. She's like a World War II spy. Her family wants her to come home after the war and, like, live underwater, but she actually really likes it on land. But there are pros and cons. For example, she is black, and it's really hard to live on land in the US in the 1940s as a black person because of the amount of racism and mistreatment and all that. So in that way, being underwater could be better. So yeah, she was explaining all of that. I was writing that. Friday I fell asleep again. But Friday was a good day. It was a good day. Oh, also on Thursday, I named the hometown of my character. I might have told, no, I haven't told you guys that yet. I named her hometown. It's Alethea. That was named after Tamara Woods. I think it's her middle name or something, because I was on the live stream with her. And there are some other names that I have to put in, that I will be putting as underwater cities in the story. So that would be fun. Yes, I know. Alethea, it just sounds so fantastical, and I just love it. Still don't have a name for the story. That is okay. Oh, what? What's wow? Oh, because of Alethea? It is nice. So I think that happened on Thursday. Oh, yes. Friday was a great day. Did some sprints. Did fall asleep again. Yeah, and at this time it was at like 10. And I was like, how did I fall asleep at like 10? So that was kind of shocking to me. Then I woke up this morning at 6 or something. I don't know, 5:40. I don't know. Woke up and I was like, okay, why don't I do some writing? You guys, I literally wrote 103 words in my NaNoWriMo project, which was a very small amount, but it was like kind of okay because it was an emotional part. And I was like, oh, I feel you, main character. We're here. I know what you're talking about. Wrote 103 words in my NaNoWriMo project. Went to write something in the Red Letter Law sequel just because there was a scene that was really stuck in my mind. And I was like, why don't I just write that, get that out of my mind? Guess how many words I wrote on the Red Letter Law sequel before falling asleep? Again. I'll just tell you. 6. 6 words. 6 words. And I fell asleep again. At like 6 this morning. I was just like, blah, 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 blah. So I guess the moral of the story is people need rest. I guess. I don't know. I guess that's the moral of the story. But then, oh, the great part is that when I woke up again, it was like almost 10, or maybe it was 10. Woke up again, and when I was like half awake, in that almost awake state, I dreamed like a couple of sentences that I really wanted to put in the story. So I woke up, I was like, those are a good couple of sentences. Let me write those down and try and put those in the story somewhere. And it led to a pretty good plot point of my story. Your brain is so sharp with less sleep. Yeah, it's like the conundrum. Because if you stay up late, eventually your brain kind of goes like, yeah, we're good. And then you're like typing and then you're just like, oh, you're the opposite, Jazz. You're a rock. when you don't sleep, like your brain works like a rock. Is that the kind of metaphor here that you're going at? Kind of meaning of that? I don't know. Like it. Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's tough. So the moral of the story is you need sleep, but sometimes when you sleep, you dream a good sentence that helps with your plot point. And so the thing that I dreamed, it was some odd sentence about like, oh yeah, and that left me with 49 more words when I woke up this morning. Something about like picking up a notebook, and then it said my hand cramped so violently that I couldn't put it down or something. But I got the sense that the person actually didn't want to put the notebook down, and it was like a clue to the mystery. And since there's a mystery with this mermaid, and since I have read in this thing about writing mysteries, oh, you do get some pretty good ideas when you're sleepy, but you can't focus. Yeah, sleep is going to catch up with you eventually. Like, even if you can avoid it and do well, it will eventually catch up with you, and it'll tackle you like a bear in the snow. Sorry, I just spat. Oh my gosh. It'll tackle you, and you can't, I don't know. You just can't outrun it forever. So I'm going to get off of here soon because I'm talking a lot and my mouth is getting dry and I'm going to have to drink some water. But, oh yeah, so the thing, the hand cramp thing basically led me to that's another text. I'm going to have to text her back. Led me to the realization that my main character, she swims 12 miles per hour, which is twice as fast as Michael Phelps. And she goes, where she is from is like at the bottom of the ocean. So the problem is when she comes up to Earth and she can transition from mermaid form to human form. But I think what's going to happen is her muscles are going to have this thing where they randomly cramp up. Because the change in pressure from like the deep sea to like land could be pretty severe and like intense. And in the first scene, she fell flat on her face. But the way that I wrote it was she fell down because her legs randomly turned back into a fin. But I realized that might be kind of unrealistic because how would she have been doing her job all this time and that didn't happen? Is the change in form only for her legs? Kind of. I mean, that's a good question. Visibly, it's only for her legs. I guess mostly, yeah. She can breathe in water and in air, so I don't know. I don't know if anything else really has to change. Okay, it says, because that surface time for the brain would be interesting. That is interesting. I don't even... Is that like an oxygen thing? The way oxygen gets to her brain? Like, if you surface too fast from that low, it affects the brain. Ah. You are further inspiring my novel. Yeah, so there's a thing about writing mysteries, because I am looking at some resources, and it says your sleuth should have... Oh, yeah. My mom texted me the second time, you must be asleep, and now she says, or maybe filming. She knows what time it is. Yes, so... Yeah, your sleuth should have a weakness, it says. And it says, like, the more uncomfortable your sleuth gets, like, the more interesting the story is. Especially if it makes your sleuth want to, like, hurry up and solve the mystery. And then, I don't know, get back to whatever. So, this could work. I will have to give this some thought. Oh, yeah, sleuth, like your detective, the main detective in the story. I could just get out some paper and brainstorm. Oh my gosh. And then I could go look on some science websites and be inspired and talk about the thing. They talked about diving in that movie, Men of Honor with Cuba Gooding Jr. They did say you shouldn't hold your breath as you surface because your lungs might explode. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Jazz. Oh my gosh. That's like really awesome. That's really awesome. I should live stream more often. Because this is very much like the talking your story ideas out thing. You're talking about it, and especially when your friend gives you some feedback. Yes. Perhaps Saturday can be live stream day. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go pretty soon. Yeah, so thank you guys for sharing in this really exciting book mail. I'm so happy I have some book. I have a book and it's just exciting, and I'm also excited about writing. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so maybe I will do that. Maybe I will live stream on Saturdays because that would be fun. And yeah, I don't think I've forgotten anything. Oh, I haven't written on my Voices on Fire stories since the first night. So my current total for NaNoWriMo is 4,000. Let me look. I think I have it written down. 4,105 after getting 1,111 words last night. Oh, it was 4,105 before today. But I have 152 words so far today, so that's 4,257. Okay, so I will see you guys soon. And thank you. I'll see you soon, and hopefully I can do some brainstorming tonight, and then do some today, or like right after this, and then do a bunch of writing, and then catch up to the right word count. And you guys have a wonderful evening, and good luck with. Well, I don't believe in luck, but best wishes. Best wishes with your endeavors, with your NaNoWriMo-ing, and just like everything, and just have an amazing rest of your weekend. I'll see y'all on Monday. Bye. Yeah, thank you. Oh, there we go.